What's going on, everyone? We're back for another We're Racing video, and of course we're talking the Chinese Grand Prix, the 1000th race that can be contended in our Grand Prix. And it was Lewis Hamilton after a flyer down into turn one, got the inside line over Valtteri Bottas and really controlled the pace from there, had the advantage, the buffer of any undercut you could see off, and really just stormed home to another dominant victory for Lewis Hamilton. He struggled from Friday to really get a feel for the car, the setup. He couldn't really be as aggressive. He likes it tail happy, but he said on Sunday he could really extract the full beans out the car, and he brought it home for an incredible result. Another 1-2 for Mercedes, and it's the perfect start to the season. It can't be anything less than that. Valtteri Bottas, again, doing a solid job. If Lewis did have a falter, he would have been there to pick up the pieces. So yeah, really solid job for both of the Mercedes drivers this weekend. So Lewis said, what a fantastic result for the team. Everyone's worked so hard for this. Coming here, we didn't know exactly where we would stand with Ferrari being so quick in Bahrain. Valtteri has been quick all weekend and done a great job today. To have a 1-2 together is really special for the 1000th Grand Prix. And what a remarkable achievement that is. A triple 1-2 for the start of the season for the Mercs. And a perfect, flawless, and really just destroyed the competition. So Valtteri said, for us, a team, it's been the perfect start to the season. We could not have imagined for 1-2 in a row. So big thank you to everyone for their hard work. So running through the order, it's Lewis Hamilton with the win, Valtteri Bottas second, and Vettel rounding out the podium. Then we had Max Verstappen splitting the Ferraris, great result for them. Then Charles Leclerc really compromised with the strategy, letting his teammate by. Then there was Gasly, a good solid result for him in P6. Danny Ricciardo, solid drive, P7. Perez, a great drive in the Racing Point, P8. And then we had Kimi Raikkonen in his Alfa Romeo getting 9th place. That's a solid bag of points for him there as well. We had Albon rounding out the top 10. So as we can see, Mercedes are running away with it. They're on 130 points already. And the nearest competition is on 73. What confidence did they show during that race to do that double pit stop? They wanted to pit both cars at the optimal time, was confident of the gap, and really had a slick pit stop. And it was I think that's like art to me, it's like poetry and motion watching that kind of thing happen. And yeah, definite highlight of the race. A low light was probably Ferrari, didn't live up to expectations at all. Starting third and fourth on the grid, we thought they would challenge and really be biting on the back of the Mercs down the straights, with that great power unit they've got in the back of the car. However, the Mercs managed to bridge a gap in the early part of the race. It was great to see Charles Leclerc get in front of his teammate in the early part of the race. However, he was managing his tyres. They probably said to him before the race, this is a really high tyre wear circuit, so take note of that. So I think he was controlling his pace. When they said to go faster, he started to go faster, started to pull out a bit of a gap, and then the team told him to let Sebastian by, and that really just punished him. His tyres weren't in the right place, and throughout the race, the strategy was terrible from Ferrari, I must say. Red Bull, P4, P6, great job by Max Verstappen, really dragging this team, I must say, up through the order. However, on the formation lap, he did have a bit of a spin when he was just, applying the throttle, and that's a result of probably the lower tyre temperatures for this season in the rears. But a solid drive from Max Verstappen, really put his nose in, had that lunge up in the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Didn't manage to pay off this season. However, at least they didn't both spin around like they have in previous seasons. So good bit of racing there. Vettel wasn't leaving any space whatsoever for Max Verstappen. But another great result to split the Ferraris is a remarkable achievement. And good credit to them and the Honda power unit as well. So Max said I was pushing really hard and we can be happy with the team result. You couldn't have asked for more. To get on the podium, it would have taken a DNF or something like that for one of the top two teams. So Pierre was very happy to score his first fastest lap in F1 and again finish on the points. So solid from them. Here we got Piers now scored points in the last two races and also got the fastest lap today, which is good news for everyone in the team. I hope he will carry the momentum to the forthcoming races. As for Toro Rosso, Alex did a incredible job coming from the back, big accident on Saturday to get into the points. So Gasly just got to the fastest lap over Sebastian Vettel by about a tenth of a second. It was really marginal. Sebastian Vettel set that in the early part of the race as well. But Gasly managed to box, put in a fresh set of tyres, and really go for it in the later stages of the race. So moving on to Renault, still concerns over their reliability. Looking good in terms of race pace. However, bringing it home looks like a problem to them. P7 for Daniel and another DNF for the Hulk. It might have looked a simple seventh, but it wasn't easy. It was a bit of a lonely race. I didn't have so many battles, but I was being pushed hard from the cars behind all the way to the end. It's a strong result and the best we could have asked for, at least for today. We want to push on from this. Cyril saying, we can be pleased with Daniel opening his point scoring account for us this weekend. He drove an intelligent race to conserve the tyres on a one-stop strategy, which we had to adopt to maintain position despite the challenge. So disappointing race for Hulkenberg. He said he lost a position at the start of the race and he was tough following the other cars ahead. They pitted to come out in some traffic as well. He felt loss of power. They tried their best to fix the car out there, but it looks like a software issue or an MG UK issue. So Toro Rosso, what a remarkable fight back. Driver of the day went to Alexander Albon. He started from the pit lane after massive damage in FP3. That engine's gone back to Japan for analysis, and he managed to come back and get P10. It's a remarkable achievement for him. His teammate, however, had a race to forget. He had that collision that which pretty much wrecked both of the McLaren races. And yeah, their 250th Grand Prix for the Toro Rosso team. Alfa Romeo, it's the Iceman. He's carrying that team like the Ice Walker carries the dead. He managed to get another solid result, managed to get P9 for the team, and a great performance for the Kimi Meister. The Racing Point team, great result for Sergio Perez. Again, really carrying that team forward and getting some solid points. Haas had a weekend to forget. They got P11, P13, nowhere near the points. They're really hot and cold, this team. They're really Marmite on certain tracks. And this has been playing out in the last couple of seasons now. McLaren, very disappointing weekend. Of course, there was that collision, and we had a DNF, and Carlos Sainz finished about 14th, so really disappointing from them. Williams again got both cars home, which is an achievement in itself, I must say. So getting some valuable data, and hopefully we're going to see some upgrades coming around Barcelona for this team, and to see some steps in the right direction, and to hopefully nibble on the back of that midfield battle. As you can see, there was a lap down on everyone in the race pretty much. So that was a disappointing race once again. But this is going to take, another 6, maybe even 10 races for them to get anywhere near where they need to be. So Hulkenberg and Kvyat were the DNFs. Then we had Norris, Kubica, Russell, Giovinazzi, Sainz, Magnussen, Stroll, Grosjean, Albon, great performance, Raikkonen, Perez, great performance as well. So a few standout drives there. As we can see from the driver standings, Lewis Hamilton on 68 points, Bottas 62, Verstappen 39, ahead of both of the Ferraris. Great result, Verstappen. Then we got Vettel 2 points behind him, and then Leclerc. The constructor standings, Mercedes are waltzing away with it at the moment in time. Ferrari 73 points, very disappointing start to the year. Red Bull not too far off them, and then it's a big gap down to the Renault, then Alfa, and then Haas leading that midfield battle. McLaren really need to convert some of their performance into points now. Racing Point themselves got 7 points so far, good result for them. Toro Rosso only with 4. Expect them to come stronger throughout the season. Then we've got Williams, of course, with 0 points. It's going to take a pretty crazy race for Williams to score points, I think. Baku might suit them, potentially Monza, some of these higher speed circuits. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the race. What were your thoughts? And we're going to get back to some news this week as well. So I'll catch you for another video soon, and thanks for watching.